Tea and welcome to Sibyl Tarot. This is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising for the next 6 months. I'm just going to pull a few cards here, Libra, and see what is in store for the next 6 months for Libras. Give it a couple more shuffles. For Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Lovely. So Libra, I feel in the recent past that you might have started a new job, new work, new prospects of some sort. This was very fulfilling for you in the past. It was kind of like, you know, to do with work or, you know, your career or something that you thought would have, you know, that would take off or whatever, you know, and it was kind of like, you know, a newfound love for you. But I feel now in the present time that you've taken a break from this, you've taken a rest from this. I feel that maybe if it was to do with work or it could even be in a relationship to do with work. It could have been like a business partner or a friendship or even a love relationship. I feel that you're taking a break from it now at this present time because there has been some type of hurt, some type of kind of, you know, damage, you know, if it's to do with your, you know, the work area or, you know, creating money or that. But I feel going forward, I feel that you're actually going to start a new, you know, a new, like, a new job, a new business partner, a new, you know, a new contract, you know, you're going to start again, but you're probably going to do it with, definitely with, you know, a different person or different people, you know, if it's to do with, you know, a team of some sort. I feel as well that you're probably going to, you know, start from, start all over again type thing. You could be even deciding to work from home. But I think in the past, whatever it was, whatever, you know, business or career or, you know, prospects that you have, I think you did have, you know, a genuine love for it, but it didn't turn out as to, you know, not that you were disappointed, but, you know, it ended in some way, and at this present time you're just taking a rest from, you know, what went on in the past. But I do feel now, you know, in the future, in the next 6 months, that it'll be a new start. I feel, you know, for whatever, you know, contracts are very, you know, strong in this, so, you know, it could be to do with paperwork with that, but I think it's more so contracts with new people, you know, new, so it could be like a new boss or, you know, a new partnership of some sort. I feel in the recent I feel in the past that you had a good relationship, you know, partnership, friendship, even a, you know, a loved one. You had a very good connection here. And it kind of, you know, in the past you learned from, you know, you learned about, you know, a new way of, you know, expressing yourself, whether this be through work or, you know, or in your home life, you know, or the people that, you know, mean a lot to you in your life. You found a new way, it's kind of like a new way of showing love or giving love or receiving love. But I feel at this present time that you, whatever you know, you took a rest from, I feel that you're trying to gain confidence now. I feel you're trying to take back control of, and this could be just, you know, in around the home, but I do feel as well to do with work or to do with relationships, you know, it could be just all around that you're trying to take back control of your life. So in general, whether it's to do with work, relationships, home life, you're trying to take back control, and you're kind of having a you know, a stubborn nature to this, because I do feel going forward that there can be some type of kind of mess to get through, some type of entanglement to get through, you know, but you're doing this for your own self-worth, and you're going to be very passionate. I don't even say passionate about it, but you're going to be like a soldier. You're going to get through this. There are, like, you know, difficult times ahead for you to do with your home life, but they're minor, you know what I mean? You may feel that there's a whole lot of, you know, different stuff to, you know, to reorganise or you know, to straighten out, but I feel once you start this, and you are going to do it now in your present time, or you have done, it's not going to be as, you know, difficult as you thought that it would be. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get through it, and you're going to straighten these, you know, difficulties out, so to speak. Yeah, because I feel in the recent past you've ended something very major in your life. Do you know what I mean? It's come, you know, a full circle. It's definitely that you've finished something, you've completed it, and this talks a lot about, you know, it could be, you know, completing some type of karma in your life, you know, so and you know, karma can be, you know, to do with all sorts. It can do with you know, work, you know, relationships, you know, home life or something, but something has come to a complete and final, you know, and it's probably just, you know, like a chapter, you know, in your life that's finished, but it's very significant to you. Do you know what I mean? It's very significant to you, and that going forward, like whatever it is, whatever part, you know, in your life that it is, it's like that you're starting again. I feel this time round, whatever it is that you're starting, you need to take the blindfold off, so you need to see things for what they are, for what they truly are. Do you know, that way? And I feel as well that you are at a crossroads at the moment, but you will make a decision on something, and you will go ahead with it quite forcefully in a way. but I feel that it's going to be a good thing. It's because it's going to, you know, you're going to open up new avenues, so to speak, for you, and you're going to open up new connections. It's nearly like I feel that, you know, this is to do with, you know, business of some sort. You're going to, you know, have new prospects, you know, where work is concerned, and it's really going to take off. And I feel that the next, you know, 8 weeks you're going to be working hard toward this, but it's going to bring in rewards. You're going to see, you know, instant rewards for it. Some of you as well, maybe there's, you know, a movement, some type of movement for, you know, I don't, if it's the home or if it's business, you know, you're moving offices, or you're moving, you know, home. You could be, and this what it might be, yeah, you could be moving home, and this might be a bit of a struggle as well, because you have a few things to sort out, you know. And they do say, you know, moving house is kind of you know, it's a big thing in someone's life, you know, because you know, it can, you know, it's I don't mean it's a lot of stress, but there's a lot of stuff, you know, to do with it. I think in the past, with to do with kind of like friends, people that supported you, I think you were very confused in the past about who was it that really had your back, who was it that had, you know, your best interests. I feel you may have placed, you know, trust or, you know, faith into people's hands, but it didn't turn around that they had the best interest, do you know, for you. I feel at the moment you're actually getting clarity on this now in the present time. Clarity of mind is coming to you. You're getting a clear visual on it now, and you're taking, you know, going forward, you're going to be a different perspective on things, a different perspective with friends, with colleagues, work colleagues. Like you're being, as they say, you're being enlightened, do you know what I mean? I feel even going forward, you're even going to have a little, you know, aha moments to do with, you know, connections or business partners, or, you know, you're looking at things totally in a different perspective when it comes to, you know, relationships, you know, in business, in you know, personal relationships, and, you know, professional relationships, and that, because I think in the past you were very, very confused, but I think you've cut through this confusion now, you know, and you're narrowing your I keep wanting to say you're narrowing your boat, like with people. It's like now there is less people, less connections that you can trust, but with these, you know, these fewer people that are, you know, in around you, there is more choice. Do you know what I mean? There is more opportunities, because what I think it is, Libra, is that you had so many different things maybe going on, or so many, you know, you were doing this one day, you were doing that, but you weren't putting your energy into one, you know, one or two precise things, do you know, that way. and now you're getting a perspective on this, you know, with yourself, that you were kind of, you know, putting your energy into so many different things that none of them were having your full, you know, intention, attention, you know, and because it, you know, this nothing was kind of working out, you know what I mean, you were kind of spreading yourself thin. But I feel that you've, you know, you've copped onto this, do you know, that way. And I feel as well, if it's to do with business or paperwork, you're even narrowing that down. I feel that, you know, if it's contracts, if it's some type of business, because I tell you what, you know, with Libra as well, people think that Libra is to do with justice, you know, it's the justice card, but originally Libra is the merchant. So, and especially, you know, Libra moon, but any, you know, even Libra, you know, sun, because sun is all to do with the soul, do you know what I mean? So you can't change the soul. But what it is Libras, and I don't know if you know, you notice this about yourself, is it's not justice, it's the merchant. And the merchant is a businessman. Do you know what I mean? So, and it, not to do even with business, but just to do with relationships. Libra want to know, you know, Libra people want to know, put it on the table, what's what, you know. So like if you're going into any type of, you know, connection, whether it's to do with business, career, you know, your personal, they want to know what the other person has to give, you know, puts it out on the table, and then they're bartering, they're constantly, not constantly, but they're bartering, do you know what I mean? And that's where the justice scales, that's where the scales comes in, because the merchant, you know, years ago, it would have been done in a market, you know what I mean? And they're measuring that, you know, well, what I'm giving to you, what I'm selling to you, is it going to be worth it? Do you know, that way? And I think, Libra, that's what you're kind of finding out now, is, you know, you're not going to put in so much effort into, you know, different, you know, things, different situations in your life, and not get it back. You've realised now that you need to, you know, kind of tighten up your belt where situations and people are concerned or whatever, and, you know, rather than doing several different things, numerous different things, concentrate on one or two things. And then, you know, because you put an awful lot of energy, you know, out, you work hard or whatever, like, but you're not getting the rewards that you should be doing. So now you're going to narrow it down and focus on, you know, one or two things, you know, or whatever, and then see, does that work out for you? Do you know what I mean? It's like that you've been going on, you've been putting the hard work, putting the hard effort in, feeling that you should be getting your just rewards, but it wasn't coming, you know. So now you're thinking of it in a different way, a different perspective of it. Yeah. So the Justice card is after coming out there, and I think, and it just shows you here, and I don't want to be lifting the cards up now, but this is what I was saying, you know, in the past you had lots of different things, and it wasn't working out. Now the Justice card is after coming in, and this is what I was talking about. Justice is the Libra card, but it's, you know, in recent times in tarot, it's to do with the justice system and that, but originally it's to do with the merchant, and this is what you're cutting out, you know what I mean? Or you could be even like, you know, that you're cutting out the middleman, do you know what I mean? It could be, you know, with that as well, what you call it. I feel, you know, in the recent past, that there was harmony, you know, and this is to do with, you know, a relationship. There was harmony within the relationship, but, you know, at this during the present time, there might have been, you know, something was hidden, you know, to do with the relationship. It could have been that, you know, you were hiding something, or, you know, your partner, or that, and, you know, it could be even that there, I feel, yeah, you know, in the present that time, this was cut out, you know, definitely cut out with the Justice and the Ace of Swords here. At the present time, something was cut out, something that was kind of doing, you know, that was, I don't even know, I'm thinking of the word underhand, but it doesn't need to be, you know, that it was underhand, or, you know, something that was kind of, that was getting carried out, a bit of shadiness of some sort or whatever, but that is being cut out. And going forward, that, you know, you have the strength now to overcome this, you know, you have the courage now to move on. And I feel, even if it's to do with you are deceiving yourself, you're cutting that out now, and what you call it, you're taming the beast within. And I feel like that's more so, it's like that you're for whatever this is, you know what I mean, you're taking control, you're taking your own control back, because I feel that you could have been under the influence of something that was kind of taking over you, and, you know, you weren't, and it could be just with work, you know, or, you know, these different, there was, you know, I just feel there was a lot of, you know, confusion, there was a lot of things going on and whatever, but you're cutting through that, like, now. And you may have been, you know, deceiving yourself with that, you know, thinking that you can do it all, or, you know, that you'll be successful, you know, in doing each of these things, but you realise now, you know what I mean, and that you're going to go forward, you're going to have the strength now to do it in a different way, do you know what I mean, but to concentrate on kind of like nailing one or two things, you know what I mean, nailing it down. Nailing what, you know, one or two things down, rather than numerous things and getting nothing done, do you know, that way. Yeah, I feel in the recent past you've got definitely some type of clarity, awareness, and a higher, or, you know, you've gone, I wouldn't even say that you've gone within, and you've kind of found out a few little secrets, and you could have even found out some secrets about yourself that you never realised, do you know, that way. And this is, I don't mean like, you know, secrets of yourself, but, you know, you've kind of found out about yourself a little bit more, how you operate, and that. But I feel that this is, you know, a good thing. Although as well, you know, in the past secrets could have been revealed in some way, but I think, you know, you had an intuition as well, that when you found out these things, that now you know how things start to work, because we have here is the Empress in the present, and the Empress is giving birth to a new, you know, a new situation, you know, a new business or a new venture, or, you know, and she also talks about, you know, bringing in abundance, do you know what I mean? And now that you have this kind of self-realization, self-awareness, of how to do things differently, and kind of, you know, I even want to say put a little bit of finesse into it for some reason, that it's, you know, you are kind of, you know, because the Empress talks about, you know, you're reaping now, this is the time now that you can reap, you know, what you reap is what you sow. Is it what you sow is what you reap? Is that what they say? But it's going to bring in, you know, a lot of abundance, and it's going to be very pleasurable, and yeah, even I can always say as well that you probably could still, you know, care for a lot of people, but you know that you have to kind of put yourself first, because if you're letting yourself run ragged or run down or whatever, then, you know, you're not giving, you know, your all to, you know, to the situation or the person, so you, or people, you know, in your life. So, you know, now to start looking after yourself, you know, and I definitely feel at this moment that your luck is starting to change, do you know what I mean, at this time, and you know, you can even feel it yourself, you know, or because you've had this kind of different, you know, something's clicked in your mind and you've had a different perception on things going forward as well with the Judgment card. I feel like for whatever it is, you're getting this second, you know, this second chance of doing it, and I feel that they're going forward into the future. There's a nice surprise, and I do feel that this is around September or October that you're going to start seeing the, you know, the rewards of, you know, of what you sowed, what, you know, you know, things are going to become more abundant, you know. And I feel that because of what happened in the recent past, what you've kind of, you know, acknowledged or found out about yourself, like that this is as to the reason why. I feel personally, you know, on your own, you know, personal journey, that you have been quite emotional in the past. You know, emotional about yourself, or that you could have had some type of realization. And as well, yeah, I said that before, that, you know, you've had a realization about something, but I feel as well this has brought in, you know, a lot of emotion into you, or maybe that you're, you know, you're kind of start in the past you felt emotion, but I feel that at the present time that you are on a journey of going from, you know, rocky water into calmer water. I do feel that there is some type of, you know, traveling. You might be moving away from something here. Yeah, because something, you know, very significant has ended in your life, you know, and now you're, you know, you're moving away from this. But I feel going forward into the future for the next 6 months that you're going to be very focused. Could be even just one thing in particular, but I feel you're going to be, you know, focused all around, but, you know, for yourself, what's good for yourself. You're going to be very ambitious, and you're going to be like very methodical about it now. Do you know, that way your head's not going to be all over the place. You're going to be very meticulous as well. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get you know, anything that's of importance, if it's, you know, like with paperwork, with work, you're going to be very meticulous now about it, that and it's like that you know your self-worth. So if you do a job or or something like that, you're going to get paid right for it, rather than not getting paid the right amount of money, or if you have an hourly rate or whatever, that you're getting paid but you're doing it the right way about it, but I do feel that you are or you need to be going forward. If you're not, you need to be a little bit more ambitious, that way. Take your time, all right, doing what's what, but be go, it's like, it's saying that not like that your talent is wasted or whatever, but you're worth more. You're worth more than what you think you are yourself. You're worth a lot more. So be that little ambitious. Be more ambitious. If you think, oh, maybe I might be able to to get to that level, or to do that extra thing, or to be so focused on that. You definitely can achieve it. Do you know what I mean? You just need to be a little bit more focused. So Libra, I do hope you like my reading. If you do, please like, share, leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you. Slán.